It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Bengals and the Browns on EA Sports.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3 quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
On 1st and 10, Young. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Throwing, Young. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now here's Young. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And all the way down to the 12. A big play that time for Cleveland.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have taken the early lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here is Young. He finds his man, complete. That's Martinez. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Young to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Try to shake off the intercept. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Young on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Young working out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Hands it off out of the gun. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Young. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Young to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This the most important of them all. 3rd and goal. Young down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one makes it 14-7. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. That's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Young. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now the try here for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
Back to it after the pick six. Young. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. At a potential turning point as Young get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is...
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this.
The Bengals pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And it blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Young. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. To tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are pouring it on. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And a nice play on the end of it. An 18-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
You can try and underthrow it and go back shoulder, but your timing has to be impeccable. And here, I think it's much more of a duck than a designed back shoulder throw.
The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Point after try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
1st and 10, Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure.
Touchdown, Bengals! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
5 yards remain on second down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
It's Young on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. That's taken on the 25. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Ready to take over again on offense, out comes Cleveland. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now here's Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Young. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3rd and long for Young.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, some strong running. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 2nd and 4. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5.
And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland,
they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.